Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet a guru on real estate investing. He's going to talk about the do's and the don'ts and why you might want to stick your toe into the water right now. His incredible story just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, if we pulled up a Forbes list of the richest Americans, I would wager that every single family in the Fortune 100 has real estate in their portfolio. It's not just the stock market. Why? Because they're not making more land. There's a finite use of land. And so my next guest is going to educate us on the do's and don'ts of investing in real estate. Ahsan Daredia is in the studio. He's a partner with SLX. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jeff, for having me.
Absolutely. I mean, if we go back to the early days of this country, I mean, they were buying land. This is not a new idea.
Yeah, no, not at all. And it's not just a matter of buying and holding for, 50, 100 years, which is great, but there's always trading happening within the real estate industry. So whether it's homes, whether it's commercial, there's always going to be a buyer and a seller, which makes it the perfect marketplace.
Yes. Well, one of my greatest regrets when I moved here in 92 is I could have looked at the tollway and said, okay, if it keeps going north, there's this little town called Frisco. I wonder what it would be like to buy some land in Frisco.
Yeah.
And even today, I mean, if you look north from Frisco and Salina, and I mean, there's still money to be made.
Yeah, I mean, the sprawl of Dallas now is pretty much halfway to Oklahoma, if you really look at it from that standpoint. I think Warren Buffett said it best. The best time to start investing was yesterday, and the second best time is today. So don't, no regrets, lessons only.
Yes.
So. Yeah,
Okay,
the market's been growing like crazy.
When we talk about real estate, that's a broad term. I mean, that can represent single family, multifamily, commercial, retail, warehouse. So what space do you guys like to play in?
So SLX Capital is a commercial developer that focuses 95% on the retail market. So we are essentially buying the land, we're getting the entitlements done, we're going vertical, we're leasing it up. So we're creating the value of retail shopping centers. Mainly in the form of neighborhood shops, so between 15 to 20,000 square feet. Our smallest deal is about 10,000, our largest one is about 25,000. So that's really where our sweet spot is. We do have a very cool office concept in Louisville, and then also a couple of multifamily deals, but retail is where we like to play.
And I want to give you a chance to brag about your partners.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So SLX Capital is, we're 4 partners, myself, Kareem Koja, Pete Stickney, and Garrett Cook. The amazing part about coming together, and we all met by chance, is that individually all 4 of us have this incredible track record. We all have experience in real estate development in various sub-industries of it. And it's the first time that we're kind of joining forces together and saying, hey, what can we create together as SLX Capital? So that's what's the most exciting part about the company.
Yes, and you've been very successful. We're going to pull up your website, and as you scroll on the website, let's talk about some of the projects that you like to look at them. I'm sure you're getting deals all the time. How do you evaluate a deal?
Yeah, so we get probably about 4 to 5 deals a week on our desk. We evaluate by having a very strong underwriting. Secondly, I think the success really lies in the ability to say no. If we were to say yes to all deals, we would not be able to execute on all of them. Again, we are 4 partners. We have 0 employees. So, our overhead expense is essentially nothing, but we are also very limited on time. So we want to only pick the deals that we feel very, very good about. And if that means only 2 deals a year, then so be it. It's only going to be 2 deals a year. As long as the underwriting is strong and our cost basis is below our entry point, we feel pretty good about it.
And you first came on my radar screen because you've been all over the news on a project that you're doing in McKinney. We're going to pull up your project page, and I want to spend some time on this as we scroll down. Tell us about the McKinney project.
Yeah. So this is on the southwest corner of El Dorado Parkway and Stonebridge Ranch. That which you're looking at is about 13.7 acres. We bought this land in February of 24, so almost exactly 1 year ago, at a very, very attractive cost basis. And we have actually, this site will be anchored by a specialty grocer. It's about 13.7 acres. We've already sold one pad to Willowbrae Academy, which is a Canadian daycare center. And we are under contract to sell about another 4.2 acres to a national big box gym. Other than that, what I can say is that Chipotle has been signed, and as is Mountain Mike's. And we've got a couple more leases in the works. But we just broke ground about a month ago, and I expect this project to be 80 to 100% pre-leased before we are even complete. So,
Wow.
yeah.
That's exciting. And I know that neighborhood. I mean, that's a really,
Yeah.
to get a deal like that
Yeah.
in 2024 is a major.
Yeah. And McKinney, it's just a testament to how strong McKinney is growing and how kind of the way that the population has grown, the way that the rents are growing over there, it just is a testament to how strong the economy, the local economy there is.
Let's go back to your project page and move on to another project. Tell us about the compound.
Yeah. This is actually one of my personal favorite projects. When I first joined this company, there was nothing but framing out here. But right off of FM 544 and 121 North in Louisville, we have about 3 acres here where we're building 10 office condos. These office condos are for sale. If you're ever going 121 North, you can actually see these and you'll think that they're custom homes. I get at least 3 to 4 calls a week asking what we're building here. And if these homes are for sale, and I tell them that, these are offices, they're 2 stories, beautiful interior finish, unique style, because I believe that in a post-COVID world, traditional office leasing is very difficult. So what we did was we saw the trends in the market that teams are getting smaller, teams are becoming more remote, teams are getting leaner. So we built a small, unique office concept, perfect for between 10 to 12 employees. And if you don't want to lease, you don't want to get locked into like a long-term 10 to 15-year lease, you can essentially own your own space and then you can do whatever you'd like with it. So out of the 10, 7 of them are either sold or under contract, and it's not even finished yet. So we only have 3 available, but this unique demand is definitely there. It's very strong.
Congratulations. Let's go back to the project page one more time and look at the next project, and this is called Grand Prairie Neighborhood Shops.
Yeah, we actually closed on about 5.67 acres here in Grand Prairie in the Epic Central District, right off of George Bush and Forum Drive. There's a lot happening here. There's a ton of retail, and we closed in the end of October, and we've already gotten 2 leases signed here. So one of the North Retail Center will be anchored by a Black Bear Diner. And then we also have a Qdoba Mexican Eats lease that has been signed. We also have an additional couple of LOIs here. So again, breaking ground in about 2 months, but already looking pretty strong from a pre-leasing standpoint.
Well, I'm so impressed. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on you, isn't there? I mean, for the 4 partners to make good decisions.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to be on the same page. I think the best part about being at this company and building it is all 4 of us have very, very unique strengths, and we all come from a different sub-industry of real estate. So we all know what we're good at, and we kind of let each other go and do our own thing. And I think that synergy is absolutely perfect. You can't create that everywhere.
That's beautiful. And like all great real estate companies, I'm sure you're always looking for investors. So
absolutely.
In the final minute or so, why don't you talk to the viewer who might want to stick their toe in the water?
Yeah, absolutely. So, given that it's a new year, there's a ton of capital out there that's still waiting to be deployed. Depending on what kind of asset class you like, we know people that are specific on multifamily, on retail. In the North Dallas market, retail is exceptionally strong. It continues to stay strong, especially in that small 10 to 20,000 square foot range. Our returns range from 18 to 22%. We do preferred return. Our structures are very flexible. So we are looking for partners. We're always looking for partners. In fact, that Grand Prairie project will be launching soon. And we feel like we want to be able to grow with you. We want you to grow with us. And we're always looking for passive or active investors in our projects.
Wow, so impressed with you. Congrats on your success.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
It's not a surprise that you're so successful already. Let's go ahead and end with the website, which is slxcap.com. The great Ahsan Daredia. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.